6-1, Cal. That is unprecedented. And he is not, again, the tournament life seems to suit him well. There was I remember he made it to the finals of a single night 16-man tournament. That's only talked about in law.
I have the bootlegs, but no one will ever find them.
Yep, the bootlegs are out there somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, nice spinning back kick by Father Chad, the Padre. Oh, nice stomp missed by Horst Duvers.
Oh,
Duvers is a much taller. He's a tall southpaw. He's got length. He's lanky. He can throw those head kicks. He's got some very devastating knockout blows.
Very unorthodox style. He likes to throw those kicks and those hooks from odd angles. Father Chad, a more traditional kind of grinded out type fighter, likes to get inside, land a couple.
Likes his ground and pound too. He likes to knock you out. Oh, there's a flying knee. A little bit of panache from the father.
Showing he can do it too.
Absolutely, and of course the nice thing about the flying knee, Cal, is if you're trying to be an up close and personal fighter, a flying knee followed up by a couple extra strikes immediately is a nice way to get right inside of your opponent's reach. And he used it there, but again, Horst Duvers demanding that the fight stay at his reach. That's the advantage, of course, of the taller fighter. Nice stomp there. 2 minutes in, and they're going a mile a minute. It's a very fast pace of this fight.
Oh, absolutely. And Horst has him in a pretty good position. He can land those knees inside, and those uppercuts get some dirty boxing in, showing he can do exactly what Chad can do. Honestly,
no doubt.
We're seeing two fighters really testing each other out. It's honestly quite refreshing to see that both men are trying things that are a little bit unorthodox for their own styles in particular.
Well, that's the thing. I think you can put it all out there. You know, there's a lot on the line. Again, yes, it's the second round of a 4-fight tournament to win, but so much is on the line, and we really have to. We hammer this point home so much, Cal. By winning tonight, by making it to the semifinals, you have guaranteed yourself a spot in next year's tournament, regardless of what happens between now and it's the 93 kilograms, so it's August of 2017. Regardless of what happens, you are guaranteed, if you take up the offer, you have a spot reserved for you in the tournament. That is how Father Chad is here, regardless of how he's done. That is how Miami-Dade County, Eric Helheim, and Goran Hunsela all earned their spots in this field. It is a valuable spot to be in the Final Four.
And, I mean, let's face it, once you have that secured, say you lose in the first round. Oh, well, you lose in the grand final. You can take some riskier fights against some higher competition, not have to worry about your rank, not have to worry about nothing, because you've got that spot. Not a dog spot, not a liver spot. I'm talking that spot.
No doubt, Cal. That is exactly the point that I think we've talked about so many times. It allows fighters to test themselves, to get these marquee fights with no real downside risk, I think is really what it is.
And we're missing out on, we were missing out on Horst hitting some nice ground and pound on the preacher, man. But, Father Chad, he's trying to work it really hard right back.
Yeah, he had that butterfly guard, which was proving a bit difficult for Duvers. But nonetheless, nice reversing again. It's been a bit of a stalemate, I think, the first 7 and so minutes. But nonetheless, it's been close.
And honestly, you know, if I'm Father Chad, I'm trying to posture up from this guard position. I'm going to try and rain down a couple hammer fists. I think that's what he needs to do to try and get...
Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Almost had it. I think Duvers kind of realized he tried to wriggle free, and Father Chad saw that and said, well, I've got the mount. I'll slide over to there. And that mount is a very dangerous place to be for Duvers.
Guard into... Oh, God, look at Father Chad working that ground game.
Really there he's got the north-south yet again. And not taking advantage of it. I guess Father Chad not really the type to throw those knees from that position. Maybe he'd rather just kind of maintain. Oh, and Duvers reversing, rolling through. This is just a clinic on the ground. These are two fighters we're not used to seeing in the ground game, and they're just canceling each other out. It's outstanding to see this.
Yeah, just showing, hey, We can do this all too. It's just not what we like to do. We like to bang. We like to throw those hard hits. We like to throw those hard kicks. We like to kick people in the liver. We like to hit in the head. We're not going to stay on the ground unless we have to.
Well, you know, I think it may not be what these fans may have wanted to see out of these two fighters, but I think it's each fighter has a respect for the other stand-up to say, okay, well, you know, I don't necessarily fear that, but I don't want to be, you know, caught by something that the other one's going to throw. Let's test the other aspects of the game as well.
We can't hold back now. Cannot hold back.
And we are seeing there's a little bit of damage from both these fighters. They've got a 5-minute second round awaiting them. How exhausting is that extended time on the ground?
Well,
Cal?
you have to remember, in a lot of my fights back when I was in active competition, it was no time limit, but we were not nearly expending the energy that you see in a modern fight. So basically, I would have to equate this. This is like running a 6-minute mile for 10 minutes. You get your 1 minute of break, and then you've got to get back to that pace again. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to be sucking wind. You've got to find that deep heart, extra energy to really continue and to maintain and be able to fight the way you did in that first 5 minutes of the first round.
No doubt, no doubt.
Oh, beautiful knee there by Father Chad. Oh.
Starting out the second round very strong. Father Chad. Oh, they're going back to the slugfest that they had earlier on in this fight. Maybe this is more what they
Yeah, and if I'm Father Chad, I am working, closing that distance. I'm going to try and grab the head, get that clinch game going on, and get to the dirty boxing, because I know I can do that better than Horst Duvers. If I'm Horst, if he's going for that clinch, I'm trying knees all the way. I'm going to use my size to benefit me.
No doubt, and Duvers trying to do that. He's got the clinch, but Father Chad is tenacious. He is moving. I mean, that is just the tenacity. That is just the stick-to-itiveness, the voraciousness of a man of the cloth. Oh, and he just eats it! And much like a man of the cloth, he's got to be able to take a kick to the face like that.
I don't know what churches you were going to, Matty Matt, but mine used open hand slaps.
Fair enough, but my goodness, there's going to be three Hail Marys and 2 Hello Dollies for that kick.
And a partridge in a pear. Oh, beautiful. Look at Chad.
Oh, and Father Chad seems to be... That seems to have just angered the Padre. He has got the back. It seems to have woken a sleeping giant. There's blood. I don't know whose blood it is. All over the mat, all over each other. Mixing of bodily fluids. That blood is not wine. It is actual blood. Do not take it and drink it. We're down to 1 minute 2 seconds. Last minute of this fight. Cal, if I had to say, if this goes to a decision, who do you like in this one?
I gotta go Father Chad. I think he's done the more effective damage. I think he wins the first round, and this round's been about even for them. So I'm going Father Chad because I think he wins the overall total fight. If it's just this round, it's dead even. But I think Father Chad takes the first round with his impressive ground game at the... Oh,
that might have helped the case with a big left hook. That might be the lasting image. My goodness, we go to the end of the fight. We go to the judges' scorecards. That final left hook by Father Chad may have been the lasting image these judges remember. And we'll have to see what they decide on. We're going to a decision. And I think that's a very fair... result, a decision. These two cancel each other out in so many ways. They both had opportunities to win it, but it just shows how tough these fighters are, that neither of them were able to give it up to end the fight.
Honestly, a courageous battle fought by both, and quite frankly, one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Judge 1 goes for Chad, 2 for Chad.
And that looks like it. It's unanimous. It's unanimous. Father Chad.
Oh, what an honestly a beautiful, violent, and brilliant fight.